Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for December 12th through the 19th. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We will be coming up on full moon energy as the week progresses. There is going to be a full moon in Gemini in the 19th, and sometimes full moon energy can stir things up. So we'll see what's coming up here. It's an excellent time for release, but we're going to see what's coming up for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for December 12th through 19th. Alrighty, my dears. Let's get right on into it and see what we have coming up. The first card we have coming up here is the Tower. Holy cannoli, so we're not wasting any time here. I did say we're coming into full moon energy, and we have here the Tower coming up as the first card. Now, the Tower card, the way that I've been seeing it come up lately, it's been coming up for a lot of people, like even in private readings that I've been doing. And we have to keep something in mind. This is a major arcana card. So anytime the major arcana cards come up, we're starting a new chapter in our life. It's a really significant moment. It's something we came here to accomplish, something we came here to master. And when we have the Tower card coming up, there's an element of paradigm shift, awakening. A lot of people are awakening. I know we see the Tower card and we freak out and we get scared that something terrible is going to happen. And there could be certain things that happen that are catalysts that wake us up. But I've been seeing the Tower card come up a lot lately in terms of awakening. You're seeing the truth and you can't unsee it. I feel, Sagittarius, for a lot of you, what's happening is I hate to say it, and I'm not a negative Nancy, but if Spirit is bringing it in, it's something that we need to keep in mind. I feel, Sagittarius, that the Tower moment for a lot of you, keep in mind it's a general reading, but I feel for a lot of you, you're going to discover that you've been lied to. You've been lied to by somebody that you didn't think would lie to you. It could be in terms of an organization that you might belong to, or a group where you start to see that there's like corruption or things behind the veil, so to speak, and you're like, wait a minute, these people are putting on a con, these people are putting on a front, where you're realizing that in some ways you've been lied to. Another thing is, I feel that with the Tower card, a lot of you Sagittarius, I'm getting the sense or the feeling of the Fool card. Like you guys are feeling like you want to take a leap. You know the Tower's about to crumble. And you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to sit here and wait around for the stones to start falling. I'm going to get out of here. And so I feel a lot of you are seeing something in your life decaying or falling apart. It could be that you're seeing the writing on wall at the work. I don't know why I said it like that in a weird kind of accenty way. I don't know if you're seeing the writing on the wall at work, at your job, and you're like, something's about to go down here, right? And you're getting ready to get out of there. But those are the two energies I feel around the Tower. Some of you, there's an awakening because you're realizing you were lied to. And some of you, you're waking up and you're smelling the smoke and you're like, time to get out of here. So even though it's the Tower and people think that it's going to be something that is chaotic and terrible, I feel it connected to awakening and starting something new, like figuring out this isn't the place for me. Whether it's a belief system, whether it's your job, whether it's a living situation, something is happening and you're like, this is not the place for me. This is not it. Okay? And so I feel, Sagittarius, that a lot of you are making a big change or taking a big leap, right? Almost like you're busting yourself out or you're getting out of there before it all topples down. The next card we have coming up for Sagittarius, look at this, is the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords can be confrontation, it can be drama, it can be disagreements with others. This doesn't surprise me as we're coming into full moon energy. Full moon is a time that a lot of us do release, okay? And so for a lot of you, there might be things in communication that are coming up. People might be saying something that might be rubbing you the wrong way, or this is, I'm getting a very specific message from Knight of Swords. Sagittarius, this is going to be connected to a lot of you that you're going to find out somebody's been lying to you or keeping information from you. I feel like there's going to be some kind of a slip. Like they're telling you something, but you're going to catch a word or a phrase in that particular sentence, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, Spirit just made them tell on themselves. Spirit just came through and this person just said with their own mouth, you know, like their deception, their lie. I feel, but the thing is, I feel like it's so subtle that this person is, if you confront them, they're going to try to backtrack, or they're going to try to turn the tables and start arguing with you, or say that, oh no, well, you're hearing things, or you're making things up. I don't feel like they're going to accept it if you call them out, but I feel like you're like, oh wow, okay, that was it. So this is something for you to keep your ears open and pay attention, because I feel like somebody's going to say something that's they're going to not even realize that they just told on themselves. The Knight of Swords also has an element of things being sped up, things happening very quickly. So maybe some of you were on the fence about a situation, or you thought, oh, well, I'll wait until, I'll give it another couple of months, or I'll give it another couple of weeks, or whatever. Knight of Swords is coming in like it's being sped up. You're like, no, we have to do this now. I have to do this now. I'm going to start taking the steps now. I'm going to start making the change now. The next card coming up here is the Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups can have a lot to do with illusion, not seeing through a situation, because there are so many options. There are so many roads to take, and you're feeling maybe disillusioned. The other aspect of it can be that you feel very excited and like this is a dream come true. It's the same energy. It's just like how we perceive it in our mind. One person is going to see this vast openness and say, oh my gosh, I'm finally free. The world is my oyster. The other person is going to see this vast openness and say, I have no idea what to focus on. I'm so stressed out. I wish somebody would tell me what to do. I wish somebody would tell me which direction to go in. It's like you've been caged up for so long. Now that you're out of the cage, you don't know what to do with yourself. Whereas somebody else is like, woohoo, I'm free. And they're going to go and they're going to do all kinds of things. They're just going to go. Somebody else might be a little bit like, I feel weird. I feel vulnerable. I feel awkward. What if I choose the wrong thing? So it's the same principle, but how we experience it comes down to perception. I've said this in the past with the Seven of Cups. A lot of you are going to have to make a decision, right? You're leaving something. You're leaving something big, and you're making a permanent life choice. And so you might be looking at like, well, what do I want to do? How do I want to move forward? I feel for a lot of you, it's the fact where you're like, I'm not just going to go and leave this organization. I need to know what I believe. Or I'm not just going to go leave this job and find another job. I need to know what is the job or the business or the career or the field for me. Like, what is the thing, right? Like, I'm not going to go through the motions. I'm not just going to find something else to hold me over. Like, you're thinking long term. You're not just thinking about getting through the next couple of months or what am I going to do now? Taking us back to the hamster wheel. Taking us back to the tower, getting off of the hamster wheel, right? The tower for you, Sagittarius, is you're getting off of the hamster wheel. Some of you are like, it's time to like really fully unplug from the matrix here. And so when you're talking about making a change or leaving something, you're not just going to something that's similar, right? Like, oh, I hate working at this bank. They're shady here. They're mean here. Let me go down the street and apply to work at the other bank. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a big shift, right? Like you're trying to figure out, where is my place? What is my thing? What do I want to do? If you're feeling really torn and if you're having a hard time deciding, write out a list of the different ideas that are coming to you. And then one by one, imagine yourself, daydream that you're living that life. Which ones of those scenarios make you the happiest? Which ones do you feel really good when you see yourself in that life in your mind? Write those down. Now you have a narrower list. Now you can start to do the research. What do I have to do to make that happen? What is it going to take? What is it going to require of me? And once you've done that, now you have your list of what the short-term goals are. What are the things that you can do now? And what are the things that maybe you're going to need a little bit more time and you're going to build towards those in the future, right? So this is a really big shift. We're not just talking about quitting your job at one bank and going to work at another bank, or quitting your job at one office and going to work at another office. This is like, who am I? What do I want to do? What's important to me? What is something I'm not going to get sick of? What is something I'm not going to get bored of? How can I make sure I don't find myself in this kind of a situation again? Like, you're asking yourself some heavy questions. You're making big changes. The next card that's coming up, Sagittarius, is the Justice card. Now, there is obviously an element of Libra here with the Justice card, and I know that a lot of people are used to watching love and romance readings when they watch tarot, and so we always look at the court cards or the major arcana as like the zodiac sign we might be dealing with. However, you guys know that you watch my videos. I do once a month love reading, and then in the weekly forecast, I want to focus on you. I want to make it about you, right? I'll still do a love reading once a month, and I'm happy to do private love readings, but in the weekly forecast, I want it to be about you. If you have a Libra placement, there can be really big changes happening for you in those houses or that area of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. There could be a Libra influence here. However, this is again major arcana card. So I'm going to tell you something, the way that I read the major arcana cards. I feel like where the major arcana cards come up in a reading tell me a lot about how something is going to move along and how the energy is going to flow. So in this instance where we're starting with a major arcana and we're ending with a major arcana, I feel like whatever is happening, you're keeping a low profile. Like I don't want to say you're playing dumb, but you're not confronting anybody. You're just doing what you need to do. And then when you're leaving the situation, it's coming off like this big, like out of nowhere, like nobody saw it coming. With the placements of the major arcana card, that's what I feel like. Like somebody maybe thinks they have you fooled, or they think that you have no other choice and you're stuck in the situation and they have this power over you. But all of a sudden you're slipping out of it. And they're like, what just happened? How did that just happen? So I feel like there's this something dramatic in the beginning of the week, right? And you're just keeping calm, staying grounded, making your plan. And then your plan is coming to fruition very quickly. Maybe even so fast it surprises you at how quickly that door opens, or how quickly your next ship comes in. And so when you leave, I feel like people are like, what in the heck just happened? Like, that was so fast. The Justice card also is about how we're making our decisions. Some of you might be feeling stuck and like, I don't want to choose the wrong thing. I listen to my heart, I get burned. I listen to my head and I'm really bored and I'm really miserable, right? So the Justice card is about balancing the head and the heart. You're going to listen to your heart. Your heart is telling you, your heart is guiding you. You're going to listen to your heart, but you're going to incorporate your mind. Okay, let's ask the brain now how we can make this happen, how we can make this work, how we can take steps that are going to lead us to success so that the desire of our heart can actually happen, because we're going in with a plan. We're going in with a logical plan. Okay, so this is the balance of the two. In some cases, some of you may be deciding to take legal action. Please do not schedule a private reading with me and ask me to read on your court case. I will not read on your court case or the outcome of a court case. I don't do legal readings, but traditionally speaking, the Justice card can indicate, or I've seen it come up in readings in situations where you're having to take a stand for yourself. Like this is a life lesson moment where you're standing up for yourself, and you may be taking somebody to court. You may be consulting with an attorney and saying, hey, what are my options here? What are my rights here? Can they really do this? Is it okay that they did this? What are my rights in this situation? I want to uphold my rights. I want to fight for my rights. And so some of you may be taking some kind of legal action with somebody. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Some weeks those are going to resonate more than your sun sign. I said Venus sign, but this isn't a love reading. You can check out the love readings for December. Those are linked in the description. I do have 2020 forecasts up. I'm about halfway through. I've gone halfway through the zodiac wheel, and I hope to get the other half done in the next couple of days, but that will be linked in the description as well. And I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. You can schedule a private reading at calendly.com/amethystangelite. I don't know if you guys hear snoring. I just recently rescued a very large doggy, and he's just sitting here listening to the reading or sleeping through the reading. So I hope it's not annoying to anybody. I know some people are sensitive to noises, but he will not leave my side. So you might have to get used to some snoring in future videos. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.